They looked for admission into a modeling school, dreaming of bright lights and cameras. But the school that accepted them was not what it seemed. It was a school of prostitution. This was the story of Regina, a young girl with big dreams. Welcome to Anne's Folktales, where stories come alive. Get ready for drama, lessons, and unforgettable twists. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Now, let's jump into today's folktale. In a small village of Remo, Regina was known as Regina the Slay Queen. At 20, she had the kind of confidence that made people turn their heads. She believed she was the most beautiful in the whole of Remo village. All Regina wanted while growing up was a soft life. A life where she would never worry about her next meal. A life where she could sip expensive wines, travel to any country of her choice with a big fat account. Regina was so tired of soaking Gary to eat every morning. She was so tired of the life her parents Mr. and Mrs. Roland gave to her. Life was not so sweet for Regina as she wanted, so she became desperate to do whatever it takes. Mr. Holland was a poor palm wine tapper while his wife was a village trader. They struggled so hard to make sure they could give Regina the life she wanted. But Regina had always been a greedy and desperate child from little. One day she was scrolling through her phone and saw an advert directing young beautiful girls to apply into a school where they would be taught how to model for free. Regina became so happy. She had wanted to go to Lagos and see what life is. She has heard a lot about Lagos from her friends and also seen a lot on Instagram. Although she knew her looks was not in any way compared to a model's look, but she decided to give it a trial. Weeks passed, she didn't get an email back. She waited until she ran out of patience. Luckily for her, one Saturday morning, she was in her father's old tattered sitting room still thinking of an escape route out of the village when she received an email that she has been given an admission into the modeling school. She jumped up in excitement and ran straight to her parents. Regina told them she would be leaving for Lagos soon. They rejected knowing the type of a daughter Regina was. Her mother said, "My child, Lagos is not what you think. Please don't go." And the father also refused, stating the fact that she was too young to live alone. After so many pleas, they finally gave her a chance to go to Lagos and start her modeling career. The sun was barely out when Regina stood by the rusty village park, clutching a small Gonomosgo bag to her chest. Her mother's cracked voice echoed in her ears, "Lagos is big, my daughter. Shine your eyes. Not everyone smiling at you means well." But Regina's heart was already far ahead, beyond the red dust of her village, beyond the rusted roofs, into the glittering dream she'd painted in her mind. She was finally leaving for Lagos. Her ticket read Lagos, Jibowu Park, and her spirit danced at the thought. She had been offered admission into what she believed was a modeling academy, and to her, that meant freedom, fame, and fortune. As the bus engine started, Regina pressed her face against the window. The village slowly faded behind her, swallowed by clouds of dust and memories. The bus moved down the highway. Traders shouted, hawkers knocked on windows, and gospel songs was played from the driver's radio. But Regina wasn't listening. Her eyes were open, yet her mind was far away, lost in imagination. She saw herself walking on a runway, cameras flashing, people chanting her name. She imagined herself in silky dresses, wearing expensive perfumes, her face on billboards that said, "Regina, Lagos next top model." Regina smiled as she imagined living in a beautiful apartment, dining with rich people, attending glamorous parties. "Lagos will know my name," Regina told herself. Beside her, an old woman selling oranges watched her and shook her head slowly. "My daughter," the old woman said, "Lagos is not what it looks like in the movies, please be careful." Regina didn't hear her. She was too deep in her dream to notice that anyone was talking beside her. Hours later, when the bus rolled into the noisy chaos of Lagos, Regina's fantasy began to crack. The air was thick with smoke and heat. Voices overlapped in confusion. Drivers screamed. Hawkers chased moving buses. Clutching her bag tightly, she followed a man she met at the park after he made her know that he was heading in the same direction. He smiled warmly, helped her with her bag, and said, "Welcome to Lagos, my dear. You're in good hands." Regina smiled back, relieved. The man stopped a cab. As they drove through unfamiliar streets, she stared at the tall buildings and glittering lights in excitement. But deep down, very deep down, something uneasy stirred. And Regina, who had imagined a life of lights and luxury, was unknowingly driving into the shadows of Lagos. Lagos dazzled her eyes: bright lights, tall buildings, fine cars. She finally found her way to a huge mansion called the Rita Academy for Models. Regina smiled in disbelief. She had gotten admission into a modeling school, or so she thought. But behind the laughter and makeup, the academy was a trap. It was not a modeling school, it was a prostitution academy run by Madame Rita, a woman feared and respected in the city. Regina stepped into the building the man who brought her called a modeling school, and the moment her feet touched the floor, something felt wrong. The hallway was dark and narrow. No bright lights. No mirrors. No pictures of models. Only old chairs and a strong smell of cigarette smoke. On the left side, a few girls sat quietly. Their faces looked tired and empty. Some were her age, some even younger. None of them looked like people learning how to model. Regina swallowed hard. "This can't be the place," she whispered. The man who brought her said nothing. He only pushed her forward. A door opened, and a woman stepped out. She wore heavy makeup and high heels that clicked loudly on the floor. Her face carried power and anger at the same time. "I'm Madame Rita," she said, looking Regina up and down. "So you're the new girl?" "Yes, Ma," Regina replied weakly. I came for modeling." Madame Rita burst into loud laughter, the kind of laugh that made Regina's heart shake. "Modeling? My dear, wake up. This is Lagos. People will promise you gold and give you dust." Regina felt her chest tighten. "I don't understand," she said. Madame Rita moved closer, her perfume mixing with the smell of the room. "You're not here to model. You're here to work. The same work these girls are doing." Regina looked again at the girls sitting on the chairs. Now she understood the sadness in their eyes. This was not a school. It was a prostitution house. Regina stepped back quickly. "No. I can't do this. I want to go home." Madame Rita's smile disappeared. "Go home? With which money? Do you know how much it costs to bring you here? Do you think Lagos is a joke?" Regina turned toward the entrance, but the door was already locked. Her hands shook. Her dreams began to break apart. Madame Rita pointed at a girl counting a large bundle of money on her lap. "Look well, Regina. Cry all you want. The girls who cried before you are still here. Because Lagos pays. And you will join them." Regina stared at the money. Fresh notes. Plenty of it. More than she had ever held in her life. Her fear and confusion mixed with a strange feeling, greed. That night, Regina sat on a thin mattress in the corner of the room. She hugged her bag and tried to think. She hated the place, but the money she saw refused to leave her mind. "Maybe I can do it for a short time," she whispered to herself. "Just until I get enough money." The next morning, Regina told Madame Rita she would stay. From that moment, her life changed, not into the bright dream she chased, but into a dark path she never expected.